Now at 4, an alleged sex trafficking ring at a Marietta apartment complex busted by police.
At least 4 people are facing charges, including 2 teenagers. Atlanta News First reporter Chelsea Beinfor is live at the Marietta Police Department. Chelsea, police say they are still searching for one of those suspects.
Carly and Joe, police have already arrested 2 17-year-olds and a juvenile, but right now they are still looking for 18-year-old Jaden Mitchell. We do have a photo of him from Marietta police, and according to an arrest warrant, Mitchell is facing burglary and sex trafficking charges. Court documents say 2 juvenile females were being held inside an apartment on Franklin Gateway and being forced to have sex for money. That money was then given to the men allegedly harboring them. Marietta police say maintenance workers at the apartment complex discovered the men and the victims inside an abandoned unit and initially thought they were a group of squatters. But when investigators dug in, they realized what was going on.
In this particular case, what we're dealing with is young men taking advantage of underage females. The question that the public has is the same one that we have. How did this begin? Are there more victims? What else is still happening? This is an active investigation. This is still open. We are still looking for additional suspects and or witnesses or victims.
Now, you heard it there. Marietta police believe there could be more suspects and victims in this case. So if you know anything about this investigation or Mitchell's whereabouts, you are asked to call Marietta police. Reporting live from the Marietta Police Department, Chelsea Beinfor, Atlanta News First.